This is our third video on Pride and Prejudice. She was a woman of meaning. She was a woman of chapter 2 कहाँ से start हो गया हाँ She was disconnected. She fetching her nervousness. She was a woman of mean understanding, little information, and uncertain temper. When she was disconnected, she fascinated her nerves. The business of her life was to get her daughter married. Its source was visiting and news. The second chapter is going to start. Mr. Bigend was among the earliest of those who wanted on Mr. Bingley. He had always intended to visit him through to the last, always assuring his wife that he should not go until the evening after the visit was paid. She has no knowledge of it. It was that dissolved in the following manners. Obviously, his second daughter employed in trimming a hat. He suddenly addressed her with, "I hope Mr. Bingley will like it lazy. We are not in a way to know what Mr. Bingley likes." She, her mother, resentfully, since we are not to visit. "But you are forget, Mama," said Elizabeth, "that we shall meet him at the assembly and that Mr. Long has promised to introduce him. I do not believe Mr. Long will do any such thing. He has two nieces of her own. She is a selfish, hypocritical woman, and I have no opinion of her. No more have I," said Mr. Besant, "and I am glad to find that you do not depend on her serving you." Mr. Besant didn't not to make any reply, but unable to contain herself, began scolding one of her daughters. "Don't keep cough so, Kitty, for heaven's sake. Have a little compassion on my nerves. You tear them to pieces. Kitty has no discretion in her cuff," said her father. "She times them in." "I do not cuff for my own establishment," replied Kitty frequently. "What is your next ball to be lazy?" "Tomorrow fortnight, so it is," cried her mother, "and Mr. Long does not come back till the day before, so it will be impossible for her and introduce him, for she will not know him herself." "Then, my dear, you may have the advance of your friend and introduce Mr. Bingley to her." "Impossible, Mr. Besant, impossible, when I am not acquainted with him myself. How can you be so teasing? I honor my circumstances, a fortune's equity is currently very little. One can't want what a man really is by the end of a fortnight, but if we do not venture, somebody else will, and after all, Mr. Long and her nieces must stand near chance, and therefore, as she will think it an act of kindness if you decline the office, I will take it on myself."